Hi everyone, it's Karen from Craftykarendesigns here. Today I'm taking part in a video hop with the Stamp Around UK group. And this month's theme is the in colours. So we've got Misty Moonlight, Bumblebee, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, and Cinnamon Cider. I haven't got the Cinnamon Cider ink. Don't tell anybody, but I don't really like this colour very much. I don't really like brown, so I haven't bought this one. I might have to eventually, because people keep telling me it's really nice, but I'm not convinced yet. I think the only brown I actually possess is Crumb Cake. I don't really do brown. So I'm using the brown cardstock for that one, but not the ink. So what I'm going to do is stamp some DSP, and I'm going to use some of these little images from Monogram Messages, and also some from the lovely You. And hopefully when I've finished, I'm going to put thank you sentiments on them, and these will be my customer thank you cards for July, if they turn out. I've not done this before on camera, so I'm going to give it a whirl, but I do really like stamping my own DSP, but sometimes it goes drastically wrong. So we'll give it a whirl and see what happens. So I'm going to start with the lovely You. We'll open up these ink pads and hope I don't end up putting my elbow in any of them. So I usually start with one of the larger elements. So I'm going to start with this large, or the largest flower in this set, which I think is quite a sweet one. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. And I think I'm going to go for pink, the Magenta Madness, to start off with. So all you do is just randomly stamp all over your piece of cardstock, turning the stamp around, trying not to do it in lines or any sort of symmetrical pattern. Oops, didn't stamp that one very well. It's quite a pretty flower, this one, and this colour is gorgeous, just love it. And don't forget to stamp off the edge of the paper, just makes it look a bit more realistic. I think that'll do for that one for now. I might come back with that on another colour. And then I think we'll go for the smaller flower, and I think I'll do this one in Bumblebee. So again, you just randomly stamping all over, and for some reason I think I'm pressing too hard. I'm getting some little lines, so I'll need to cover those up with something else. But that's the great thing about stamping your own DSP. There's no right or wrong. There's nobody can tell you you've done the pattern wrong, or you've got the colours wrong, or you've stamped in the wrong place, because it's your design, it's whatever you want. And if you make a mistake, you can cover it up. That's what embellishments are for. You can always stick a bit of bling over it, because I'm going to cut this up and make cards. So if there's one little boo-boo that's in an obvious place, we'll just cover it up with a piece of ribbon or an embellishment, or put the sentiment over the top of it. So I think we'll have a bit of green in now, and we'll go for, I like this big sprig, so we'll use Just Jade. We'll just bring that in. I find this quite therapeutic because you don't really have to think too much about, oops, what you're doing, she said. Mess that up. You can just stamp. I think that'll do for that one. Try a bit of Misty Moonlight now. What shall we do with Misty Moonlight? Try these other leaves. I know leaves aren't really blue, but it's my DSP. And I can stamp whatever colour I want. I think it's a really nice colour, this. In fact, I think all the ink colours are, apart from, like I said, I don't like the cinnamon cider. But we can't all like everything. Try and make sure you get even pressure on them. I've missed on that one as well, so I think there might be a few bits of bling going on here. So I think we'll try something out of the monogram messages now. It's got lots of little tiny elements that you can just dot in here and there. So we'll try this little flower, and we'll go for a few yellow ones, I think, first. So just wherever you've got some gaps, just add these little fillers. I think we might have some of these butterflies too, but we'll have some pink butterflies. And that's covered up that little boob there. Running out of room now. So there's some really tiny elements in this set. Little some little flowers. So should we try those in blue? And they might just fill in some little corners. That's covered another little boob up. And another one. Because there's so many really bright colours and the flowers are going all different ways, it won't matter which way round you put this on your card fronts. It will look just as good vertical or horizontal. It won't matter. Let's see what else have we got. So, oh, we've got some little hearts. No, we won't do them. Got a little sort of fleur-de-lis type thing. Are they leaves? I'll try those and we'll do those in green just in case they are leaves. And we'll just dot a few of those about. And then I think we might call it a day. And be careful when you're doing small images like this, because the tendency can be to get too fast and then misstamp, like I've just done there. Don't press on too hard, but make sure you press on hard enough. I think that'll do. So we'll put the lid. Oh no, we won't put the lid on the stamps yet, on the ink yet. We'll leave that to dry over there for a minute. And I'm using I'm going to use the some of these labels from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So I've already cut these out to save some time. So I've got 4 white ones for the sentiments, and I'm going to use 2 Bumblebee card bases, a Magenta Madness and the Cinnamon Cider, because that's all I've got at the moment. I'm waiting for an order, because I haven't got any of the Misty Moonlight or the Just Jade card left. So I'm going to use those, and I've also die cut the bigger labels that they will sit on. So we'll just stamp those out using I Can't Thank You Enough. I really like this stamp. So we'll do 1 in each. We haven't got Just Jade card, and we haven't got. I'm going to do 1 of each of these. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to match exactly. Just line that up and stamp. In the middle. We've had a Just Jade one. We'll have a Magenta Madness one. We'll have a Bumblebee one. And last but not least, we'll have a Misty Moonlight one. There we go. So now I will close up all these ink pads, because I've just put my thumb in this one. Put those out of the way, and I'll just get a wipe, get rid of that ink. So what we'll do now is chop up this piece that we've done. So move those out of the way. So these card bases are 5 7/8 by 8 1/4, scored and folded at 4 1/8. So the pieces for the front, the mats for these will need to be 3 7/8. So I'll put that in the trimmer at 3 7/8. And I'll do it again at 3 7/8 because we need 4. bit left over, and then it'll need to be at 5 5/8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So each of these now will get adhered to the front. See how pretty that looks? Really cute. And if you wanted to bling it up a bit, you could cut these down a little bit further and put some silver foil or gold foil behind. But I'm just going to leave them like this. So we'll adhere these on with some Tombow, that's my favourite. And I'll just add that to the centre. There we go, that's 1. Turn that one round that way so the butterflies are the right way up. We don't want them nose diving. This is the third one. See, that looks quite nice on that cinnamon cider base. I just don't fancy the ink, but ignore me because I just don't like brown. This is the last one. Now I'm doing them all as landscape cards. So we've got 4 cards. I wonder if this will fit on the inside. So on the 4 pieces of Whisper White to go on the inside. So what we could do is add these strips to the inside. What do you think? Just jazz it up a little bit. There's no point in wasting them, is there? So we might as well. Waste not, want not. That's 1. It's just overhanging a little bit at the end, so I'll chop that off in a minute. Now I've got this long piece. I wonder if it'll go that way. Yeah, it will. So we'll have 2 going that way as well. Let's put some glue on this end of it first. And lay it down across the bottom. And we'll chop the end off. Straight would be good, Karen. Okay. And 1 more. just a little bit of interest on the inside when they open it up. Just chop that little tiny bit off the end of there. There's a bit off that one. There we go. So we can adhere those to the inside of these cards now. So it's quite a quick process this. You can make quite a few cards quite quickly. If you need to do some batch making, it's one. And there's number two. Number three. And the last one. So there's 4 cards. So now we need to put the sentiments on. So we've got 2 yellow ones, cinnamon cider and a magenta madness. So just decide which colour ink is going to go on the top of which. So I think we'll have Bumblebee on the cinnamon cider, and we'll have the magenta on that one, Just Jade on that one, and the Misty Moonlight on that one. So I think we'll glue the 2 layers together. So all the measurements and instructions for these will be over on my blog later on, craftykarendesigns.blogspot.com. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd be really grateful if you could. You could press on the subscribe button and click on the bell, and you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. And when you finish watching me, you click on the link for the next person in the hop and go around and have a look and see what everybody else has made. Give them all some support. We'd all be really grateful. Right, so I think we'll put these on with dimensionals. So got a little smudge up there where I think I had ink on my finger, so we'll put one of them up there. Because there's no rule, it says where you have to put your sentiments. And we'll have this one in the middle, I think. There we go. I'm going to chop up these dimensionals and use the edge pieces. Don't ever waste them. Whoops. Because these bits work just as well. Doesn't matter what shape they are, they still work. So I'll have that one down in this corner, I think. And then the last one, we'll put over this side to cover up that little boob with the green ink, with just jade ink. So there we go. 4 pretty cards, made really quite simply, quite quickly. Why don't you have a go? It's good fun and it's really simple to do. So don't forget, all the instructions will be over on my blog at craftykarendesigns.blogspot.com. Haven't already subscribed, please click on the bell and click on the link underneath in the description bar below this video to hop over to the next person on the list and give them some love too. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.